Nice. It's good.
Say action.
Yeah. Action.
Action.
Right, woo.
A long time ago I would wake in the night and I'd get up and sit at the window and look out at the stars I loved. And I'd see beauty there as before and always. And I'd see you and me cast in silver all our days. Said that the stars that shine glory on the dirt are moving further and further away from planet Earth. We should have been like stars, but I don't know anymore what they are.
But welcome back to the Toad Sessions. This is number 17, I think, with the Scottish Enlightenment. You're quite an old band for quite a new band, if you know what I mean, because you've been around for ages, haven't you? It was the first time I came across you guys was Eyes, which you released as a single on, was it Moo Juice Records in Glasgow?
Yeah.
And that was about 3 years ago now, wasn't it?
2007 it was.
Because after that you went quiet for, well, about 3 years, wasn't it? 2 or 3 years? To the extent that I thought you'd basically ceased to exist, I'll be honest. And what was going on in that time?
My daughter was born in 2007, and that kind of provoked I don't know, like a shuffling of our feet, I suppose, into a better stance. Like, I think it was just like it became obvious that doing this while having jobs and families and stuff was going to be difficult to be enjoyable, otherwise it would eventually just, you know, be too much hassle. So I don't know how clear it is to everyone else, but I definitely felt like we just let go of any attempts to sound a particular way, and a lot of much more kind of sentimental songs came out and stuff, which are songs that have been around for ages. It wasn't like, oh, now I've got a kid, I'd better write lullabies or anything. It was like, so I want to play some songs that are comforting, you know, and feel lovely. And I hear your claws clap, you leave your business all round my flat. Out of the window, I see the mountains, and I want to climb them. I'll take you for a walk until we drop down, dead on the top, and they'll try to find us, but they'll never stop. Like 2 EPs and then an album seems like a lot, but it was originally going to be 2 singles and then an album, which is normal. I think singles are good. I think as an actual art, like an artifact, like something you've finished and things, tend to disappear a bit. Like,
I mean, do you know, you've heard people talk, presumably, oh, the album is dead and stuff like that, and is that something you've seen any evidence of in amongst bands or music fans that you know?
I still listen to albums. I still feel guilty stopping an album halfway through.
Yeah.
You know?
But
it might, I mean, that might change in like 10 or 20 years time when everyone's used to just only ever downloading stuff, but like we're still of the thinking that, you know, when you get some music, it's going to come with something physical. There's going to be a little booklet to flip through.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like you want the physical thing, and it's like a piece of work that's finished rather than just sort of random songs skipping through your album.
Well, the other aspect of it that I think about as well is that bands don't tend to record songs one at a time either. So you tend to do a sort of a bunch of work all at once, and it seems strange to break it up somehow.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Absolutely. And I suppose when you play live, you're playing, you know, 6 or 7 songs. It's not that far off.
Yeah, it's true actually. In that sense, the single's quite a false thing, isn't it? Really, when you think about how bands are and the way music's actually put together. Okay. And the next session track you're going to play is Earth Angel. I did think for a second, it's like, what are they going to? Is that a cover? As again, but there's just something about that when I don't want to digress into Back to the Future in particular, but when Marty McFly sort of springs back up and that twang that he plays, that sounds like I could hear it coming out of your guitars. It really does.
I would love to know exactly what that sounds. It's probably nothing complicated, but it's just that kind of warble that on that guitar is just magnificent.
Right, that was Earth Angel, session track, obviously Toad session track by the Scottish Enlightenment. That song actually, almost as much as anything else, embodies what, I don't know, for me, the way you guys actually build your music. You're actually very, very sparing with melody, in a sense.
There was like a change between the sort of the Eyes and Volusis records and what we do now, where it is much more about consciously letting melodies have their space.
It is about space. That's what I was thinking. That's the one thing that we've said about wanting to have space within music, because it will sound totally pretentious, but that is just as much part of the whole piece of music as the notes and stuff is the space in between them. And it's often the hardest thing to play as well as the space and stuff. So I think that's probably, I don't know, but some of the stuff, like in terms of the way that little notes drop in, that's Dave. Like for example on All Homemade Things, which is on Pascal EP, we're playing and I remember we were just playing the riff over and over again, and the main riff had been my guitar riff in it, and Dave was playing these notes that are the main riff in it. So I remember just going to them, keep playing, and just watch it. Dave was totally oblivious, playing these notes, and I was just like, that's amazing.
Right, now the next session track is Get My Limousine, which is almost a flippant song, isn't it? I mean, it's
it's a wee bit more of a lament, to be honest. And it's obviously references like X Factor and stuff. Like I really like watching X Factor, but I always feel guilty about the amount of entertainment I derive from it, because I think, what is actually going on here? Like, is this something that we should really be laughing at? And that is a question, right? And what happens afterwards? Like, where do you go? And how does the rest of your life pan out and stuff? And I think sometimes we're maybe young people are being led into a way of thinking about life and what's normal and what you should expect in life and stuff. That is probably sets people up for difficult times, you know.
Having trouble with the cat insisting on sitting on other people's stuff. Fuck off, cat, come on. Move, fuck off.